Yes, we said profession is an ugly program. Ah, thought uses the social structure to take control over the brains of human beings. So it created family structure and took hold of your brain. It just like a think. You would have seen police just taking control over your head by holding your hair at the back. In just the same way, thought is catching hold of your brain through every structure. Family just takes control over your brain through your parents. I'm not saying parent is bad or he is bad, that is bad. I'm saying thought is the only responsible thing. So we are dealing with the root. We are not hating anybody, blaming anybody in this world. We are not hating or blaming even a person like Hitler or a serial killer. I don't hate anybody. I completely understand and I'm clear that thought is only responsible. Nobody need to be blamed or hated. And even religions, I mean, Islam has killed lakhs of people, Christianity has killed, Hindus have killed Muslims, Sikhism has killed, and races, countries have killed. America has killed, Iran has killed, Iraq has killed, Pakistan has killed, India has. I don't see any particular person to be responsible. I see and I realize and I'm clear only thought is responsible. All these countries and religions are created by thought. And I am concerned that thought is living in your body too. That same, a drop of that. So, we need to be very careful. So, coming here, through social structures, through parents, thought is taking control over your brain. You have never been free even for a single minute in your life. Through family, it takes hold of you. And you are molded by parents to be very dutiful. And you are asked to take care of them. And you are asked to earn a lot of money. And you are asked to marry. So this marriage structure, taking hold of your brain, taking hold of your freedom, taking hold of your brain meaning your freedom is completely curtailed. You are put in a psychological prison. Your brain is put in an invisible prison of marriage, invisible prison of duty, invisible prison of education. Education is very, very visible prison. School is a prison. School doesn't teach freedom. School teaches only job, how to go to job. Whole school doesn't teach. School teaches nothing. It is just programming. It is just making you feel that life is a very dutiful. They say they prove that life is dutiful rather than making it beautiful. You understand? Life is you realize life is not beautiful. It is just full of dutiful. See, so school gives a very bad experience for a person. Life looks very grey all the time. You are put under a timetable, slots. Time becomes very heavy on your head when you go to school. And you are surrounded by so many authorities, and school creates a lot of fear for you. You learn how to fear. You learn how to worry. You learn how to bear and tolerate insults and hurts. You learn to respect authorities. You learn not to be free through schools. School teaches only these things, which is very harmful. School is a very evil program used by thought. And school is, as we said, school is preparing you for a corporate job. The education system is channeled towards a corporate job, towards job. And then you go to college, then profession. So, profession you are not free. Then you marry, and when you marriage is another structure of thought. After marriage, nothing in your life. You are men or woman. If it is a woman, she is burdened with the husband and children. If it is a man, he is burdened with lady, wife and children. And all three are tied to each other. All 3 or 4 brains are tied to each other. And there is full of fear how to protect them, how to secure them, how do I be secure? If I die, what will happen to them? And I have to save some bank balance for them. And how to protect the child. And parenting in this world, it is terrible. So, parenting is another big responsibility and very fearful thing. So, child, and you are programmed by child. Child is also a program. When you take up complete freedom, I have to say this. You keep worrying about the child. A child is always in the head. How do I bring up the child? How do I bring up the child? So, child always inside the head. You worry about the child. Your brain is not free. I am talking about completely you flush out all the programs from the head. I am talking about such a state which is complete freedom. There is nobody and nothing inside the head. Nothing is operating your brain. You are completely free. Until I am going to take you until the I thought. Unless you are free of all these programs, the program, the basic program or fundamental program, which is I cannot disappear unless all these programs are taken out. So, being free of thought is not about meditation. It is to be completely free of the social structure and including the spiritual structure. Unless you are completely free of these two structures, you are just cheating people that you are free. You are not actually free. You are just cheating people by just drugging the mind with some meditation method. You are just sedating your mind and you appear to be quiet, but quietness is not the parameter to evaluate a liberated man. Quietness is not the thing. Even a donkey is still and quiet. A tortoise is still and quiet. Are you quieter than a tortoise? So, it's not the stillness or quietness or silence. It is the freedom. Are you free completely of all the social and spiritual structures? If you are not a liberated person. So, where are we? Child. So, child is, and then, you are operated by the child. Child in the head, it is driving you. And since you are caught in all these programs, already you have become dull and depressed because you are caught in the family. You are driven by the family program, and you are driven by the education program, and you are driven by profession, and now family and marriage, and again continuous job. You are caught in all these. So, because of hypertension or restlessness, worries, and depression, feeling weakness, fear, because of all these, you are taking up some program like yoga for some sedation, for some relief. Yoga is just sedation and relief. It has nothing to do with liberation. Sedation, meditation is just sedation. Pranayama is just sedation, and it is like you are charging a mobile with some battery, using a battery. It is pranayama is just charging, like charging the mobile, you are charging the body. It has nothing to do with freedom. It has nothing to do with liberation. Pranayama is like mobile charging, and meditation is like sedation tablet, tranquilizer tablets. That's it. Meditation cannot liberate you. It is just a tranquilizer. Yoga can improve your digestion and excretion. It cannot do anything more. Yogasanas. You may stand upside down, Sirasasana, for 10 hours. It may kill you. It cannot do anything more. So, because of all this, you will go to this yoga for sedation and relief. It is understandable that you needed sedation and some tranquilizer. So, and here if you are happy with sedation and tranquilizer, I am not talking to you. I am talking to a person who has seen the limitation of all this. It is all useless. I know, I understand. You are also telling me that I understand. Family is a program, education is a program, all this. I just want to be free of all this. If you are saying that, then this audio is for you, such a person. So, your yoga, this is sedation, and right? So now, do you realize, maybe you already feel that, and I am telling you. So, this is the confirmation. Meditation cannot liberate. Pranayama cannot liberate you from the thought. You have to be completely free from social and spiritual structures, including masters and teachings, everything. Your brain should be completely cleaned by a vacuum cleaner, completely free of all operations from outside. The whole spirituality has come from outside into your brain. Spirituality has not come from inside your brain. Whatever has come from outside the brain has to be flushed out completely. This is what liberation is all about. The brain should become completely fresh and free. No mantra can operate your brain. No meditation method can operate your brain. No pranayama can operate your brain. No master can operate your brain. No master, no sage can take you to this place, that vibration, this vibration. You're not going anywhere. Nothing can operate you. No book can operate you or attract you. There is no need for any book. Book means, there is no holy book. For me, book means everything is book. You may say it is Bible, Gita, Quran, Upanishad. Everything is for me just book, papers and black letters, print, thought. That's it. There is nothing holy. Right? So, complete freedom from all programs and operations from outside. Whatever has come from outside has to be excreted completely. You know, excretion, word excretion. Right? Like urinating, like motion, like stools. Complete excretion from the brain. Total excretion. All that is junk, waste, garbage, ditch, sewage. Completely flush out the brain from everything. All the programs we mentioned. Family, education, profession, spirituality, masters, teachings. All things, Brahma Sutra, Upanishad, everything is included. When I say book, everything is included. No exceptions. complete excretion from the brain. Every morning you go to toilet. That way, complete excretion. Right? Brain has to go to toilet and excrete everything into the toilet and you flush it out. Then you don't take any program. Once you flush it out completely, you are liberated from all operations from outside. Whatever has come from outside is operating your brain. All the words, your mother, father, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, friend, guru, teaching, engineer, doctor, IAS, prime minister, chief minister, all words are coming from outside. You may be anything, but remove all. If you want freedom, throw all these words. God has come from outside. It is not coming from inside your brain. Your brain has to be completely free. So God is coming from society. Name doesn't matter. I'm not partial to any particular religion. Religion is coming from outside. God is coming from outside. Whatever comes from outside, throw it out. Nothing in the brain. That is freedom. When I say freedom from everything, I mean it. I don't say something is good and you hold on to it. Nothing. When you are not at all operated, self-exorcism is completed. I am not using the word liberation or realization because it doesn't convey the seriousness. I mean it. When I say self-exorcism, when you are operated from outside, you are possessed. Right? Complete freedom. Not a single speck of anything from society. Remove. All things like samadhi, whatever, nirvikalpa samadhi, that samadhi, this mantra, this God, that God. Everything has come from outside. That is your mind. Your mind is not born from inside, it is born from outside. The whole society has dumped all the programs in your head. I would call it in different ways. Dumped all the programs in your head. The whole society has put so many chips on inside your brain and operating it. And the whole society has dumped so many garbages in your head. And the whole society has caught your brain in the form of so many ghosts. These are the many ways that I am interpreting the seriousness of it, the importance of it. Freedom means both externally and internally. There is no, what is this? Mediocrity. The spiritual world has become mediocre. They say you can be in family life as well as be liberated. You can go to a job office as well as you are liberated. And you can study, read anything, go to school, go to college. And you can be a slave anywhere. At the same time, you can be liberated. You have to be under an ashram control and you just fit to their timetable as well as you are liberated. What do you mean by liberation? If you have some common sense, you have to see how stupid this is. A bird, an animal is much more free than a person who is in monastery or an ashram. This is sick. So, freedom is complete freedom externally, internally. There is no family in your brain. There is no education in your brain. There is no book in your brain. There is no spirituality in your brain. There is no religion in your brain. That is why there is no mind. No mind means no mind. I mean it. No mind is no mind. No mind means no program. Nothing inside. No sages inside your brain. Nothing from outside is inside. That means no thought. Because removing the social structure from your brain is complete removal of thought. Tranquilizing is useless. There is no freedom. There is no liberation. Tranquilizing. Animals are already tranquil. You see, it takes some food and just resting very well. Since you have so many disorders, you need tranquilizers, meditation. People who just compromise and settle down with tranquility means I include all samadhis, tranquility. So, settle down with tranquility. What to do? They don't know what is happening to them. This audio may help such people. It is okay. If it helps, it's all right. That's it. So you see, when you say liberation, you have to mean it. Liberate yourself. No sadhana is needed here. I am talking about liberation from sadhana also. What do you mean by sadhana? Some technique somebody gives from outside and your brain is just dancing to that tune, being operated. Sadhana is a software that is installed in your brain. You keep repeating a technique and you just fit to the schedule that a guru, so-called guru, a man, is giving a schedule and you are just fitting to that schedule. Shame. If you really seek liberation, this is a shame. One needs the fire of freedom. When there is no fire for freedom, freedom is impossible. Completely break all the chains that is clutching your brain. See, the whole society and spirituality is made by thought, and everything your mind is coming from is just a blueprint of the society and spirituality, your mind. So, a mini software of this society and spirituality is holding your brain and operating it. And being free from all social structures is getting free from mind or thought. Now you are free, self-exorcised. That is, why do I say self-exorcism means only you can liberate yourself. I can only just blabber, shout like this. I cannot do anything. I can just only shout like this. It doesn't make any meaning. I'm just shouting because I have some feeling for you. So I'm shouting. Nothing else. My shouting is not going to liberate you. And there is no teaching. I am just shouting. I am not teaching anything. I'm just telling. Maybe I'm scolding sometime. I'm just conveying the seriousness of it. I'm just giving you some clues or maps. I'm not liberating you. Only you can liberate yourself. And when you already have the fire for freedom, it will liberate you. But for some people may have great fire for freedom, but they don't get right clues because these people who say that they are going to liberate, they are just running some organizations and make you just a volunteer and you are a servant there. Many sincere people are servants in many ashrams and they are slaves in many ashrams because they don't get right clues. I'm not saying I'm giving teaching, I'm giving some clues. If you sincere people, if they just get clues, they can liberate themselves because they are sharp, they are looking for it. That is why I am speaking. Otherwise, there is no point. I am not a liberator. I am just talking, telling you some mechanism, clues for this mechanism of liberation. Liberation is a science, a mechanical process, because mind is a mechanism. So to remove it also, it is a counter mechanism. That's okay. That's it. Maybe let's meet later. That's all. That's all today.